Welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs Podcast. We're your hosts, Dan and Andy. Andy, we're on season 3, episode number 26. This is a songs edition. How are you doing?
Yes. Good. How about yourself?
Good. It's May 19th, 2022, and we've got a special episode. We're going to be doing a review of the second annual Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Minnesota Trib Fest. And this whole episode today will be the Trib Fest, which is a festival of local bands that play in tribute bands.
Yes.
Is that a proper
All hard rock genre?
Proper way to announce it is they had this last year. We're unable to go. It's the second annual. The weekend worked out for us, and we both went to this. One of the bands canceled, so there was 5 to start with, but we ended up seeing 4 bands, and it was awesome.
Yeah, just kind of run down the lineup because we've pushed it before on the show. Sir Psycho, the Red Hot Chili Peppers band, is one who had to cancel at the last minute because of COVID. So it wasn't a money thing or a we're better than you, screw you type ego thing. It was a COVID deal, So didn't get to see them. The order they performed, it was Cheap Trixx, the Cheap Trick tribute band. Then Kissin Time went on second, followed by Dust and Bones, the Guns N' Roses tribute band, and then Gypsy Road, the Cinderella tribute band. That was the order performance. In my opinion, it wasn't a worst to best. It was just I think 4 names drawn out of a hat, in my opinion. I would not have cared the order. I was happy either way.
Yeah, I do think the group that was promoting this and created the event was the lead singer from Kissin Time was behind the orchestrating. So instead of having them last to help out with the show, they moved themselves into that second spot. So when they were done, they could have the other ones go. So they were good. They were spot on. I would say that they were probably the best of the 4. Now that's being biased. I'm a Kiss fan.
Yep. Yeah, we're both big Kiss fans, so it's kind of biased on that one. Yeah,
they are extremely good when it comes to tribute bands. The other bands were also good. It's the first time I'd seen those other 3 bands, but I have seen Kissin Time before, and they do put on a whole show with not just playing the music. They put on a 1974 Kiss concert with the same set list essentially that they did back then, and that's when they started. So this is the original old school Kiss.
Yeah, which was kind of cool. They have kind of stretched a little bit into the 76, 77 for songs, but they keep to the early years, which if you're a Kiss fan, you're going to take 40 years of music and try to put it into an hour-and-a-half show. It's not going to happen, Just kind of go down the order. Me personally, Cheap Tricks, we missed their first few songs. We got there a little late. No rip on them. I'm not a big Cheap Trick fan, so I wasn't familiar with a lot of their songs. The few songs that I didn't know, I recognized. They did a good job on that. Their stage presence, they did a very good job, kind of in character, So I thought they were pretty good, They were good for me, a good opener for the night. Again, not being a big Cheap Trick guy, most of that was just overhearing from having an older brother, him playing them all the time, So that's how I kind of got that feel from them. Then Kissin Time came out. Costume-wise, stage presence-wise, it was like 1975 all over again. I mean, little 8-year-old me peed his pants watching him out there. I was excited to see him.
Can you see the screen here, Andy?
Yep. I see the pictures of the band there. Yep. As you can see, they were all in full makeup and costume. They all did a very good job. Ace Frehley, Top Jimmy, blew me away. Some of the best guitar work I've seen. He was great.
He plays in 3 other bands, does he not?
Yes. 2 or 3, yeah. So, and to keep that all straight too, holy cow, So hats off to him for that. They did the whole, like I said, stage show. The Gene Simmons character, Gonzo Simmons, there, he did the whole blood spitting thing. He went out outside afterwards for the fire, breathing fire. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that inside. The whole Great White issue. I suppose they don't do fire inside anymore. From that a few years ago. So, but that was cool. They still said, "Hey, we're going outside to do this," and it was great. They did it. Song wise, everything else wise was real spot on. Dust and Bones then was next. The Guns N' Roses one. They were really good. They were all in costume, and I think did a pretty good job. Hats off to the lead singer there, because to do Axl Rose for an hour, that's got to be tough. That's got to be hard.
Yeah, he did. He did really well.
Excuse me. Yeah, he did good. The band played well. It sounded really good. They did do a lot of guitar solos, different solo things. It's kind of went song after song after song, which was fine. And then Gypsy Road came on at the end. Now a big Cinderella guy, a big Tom Kiefer guy. Got the man crush on Tom Kiefer. He did a really good job. The lead singer did a great job. The band was okay. And this is just a me thing now from the way the whole night went. Cinderella never really had costume like Kiss does, or Guns N' Roses did, where Slash always has the big hat on. They didn't really have costume, but with the exception of the other, Tom Kiefer, one guy had a wig on, and the other two guys looked like they just came in from doing something in the garage or playing guitar. They could have been a little more rock and roll looking, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. They sounded great, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But maybe that's the whole band. Maybe it's just the one guy that dresses up. I've never seen him, so I don't know. I was kind of going off the whole, tribute bands, though, dress in character. And as the night went on, I'm going, but wait a minute. Cinderella doesn't really, they just kind of wear clothes too. So maybe that was them being dressed up. I don't know. The one guy did have a wig on, so he had kind of a mullet, but, they went with the 5-man setup because the Tom Kiefer character in the band didn't play guitar. So it was a 5-man stage. But they sounded really good. I mean, his voice, again, Tom Kiefer, another tough voice to emulate. I think that's kind of why they threw the ballads in there to give him a break, which I don't blame him. I had no problem with that at all, because the ballads are some of my favorite songs that Cinderella does too, so I was okay with that. The crowd-wise, at the Music Cafe, Minnesota Music Cafe down there at St. Paul, hats off to them. Great job, great venue. I was very impressed with that. And if I recall, them and the two other bars we hit in town, I kind of know why St. Paul's named the Saintly City. They all had hams on tap.
I was surprised. I liked that.
That's kind of why St. Paul's the Saintly City, I guess. We don't get that out here in the sticks very much. So, but yeah, I thought the show was great.
Nice to see.
Although, and again, I'm not ripping on Gypsy Road for the costume thing. I thought that sounded great. But maybe that's just how that band performs. Never seen them before. I don't know. I thought they were all awesome sounding. I really have. In fact, after this week, I've been going back watching old Kiss stuff. So just kind of got you get into that again. You see a band or someone on tour, kind of go back and watch all their old stuff. And they're spot on.
So what I did, Andy, is compile a bunch of photos, some candidates that you and I both took of the event, and I'll scroll through some of these and we can talk about them. But you're right, that is the order. That's what they did. Minnesota Music Cafe, great job. Indoor venue. I did go online and vote for them for the best of the Twin Cities, and they always seem to come in, second. They're going up against First Avenue, so.
Right.
Even if they finish second or third in the Twin Cities, that's good because there's a lot of good venues out there. But I really enjoyed this. Good sized crowd, but it was good. Now, like you said, the music was good. Were they supposed to be in costume? I don't know. Cinderella played good. We were there to hear their tribute music.
Right.
Not necessarily. I don't think it was said anywhere that they had to dress up. I personally agree with you that if they would have been in costume, it would have been that much better, but they didn't do anything wrong. They weren't supposed to be in costume, I don't believe, and maybe that's how they always perform. But the music was good. The tribute was very good. But I do love when the entire band is dressed up.
And maybe a lot of that's just me being spoiled in a way by when you go see Hairball. Now the lead singer comes out dressed up, not the rest of the band, but the rest of the band's in rock and roll gear, so they're ready to go. So maybe I got a little spoiled watching Kiss and Dust and Bones where the whole band was dressed. So maybe I was spoiled that way.
And this is also just a tribute festival. This isn't like the best of the best. This isn't an all-star cast of the best tribute bands in the Twin Cities. If that were the case, yes, they would. Cinderella, Gypsy Road would get low marks, but this is just a tribute fest. But boy, was it good. Good stuff.
Yeah, the sound in there was awesome, I thought. That really blew me away.
Yes, it was. So the first bunch of photos I have, Andy, all relates to Kiss, the band called Kissin Time. I've got a bunch of these. Then we get into some of the not as many photos of the rest, mainly of Kiss. But what we're doing here on the show is promoting all four bands. I like yourself, I'm not a big Cheap Trick fan. But that's not to say I'm not going to fully support them. They did an excellent job, and I'm all for the local tribute music. But boy, I really enjoyed the Guns N' Roses, Cinderella, and the Kiss bands.
Yeah, I was impressed a lot. It's the Cheap Trick one. They sounded great. I can't really say like Kiss. I could say they sounded spot on. Guns N' Roses, because I'm fans of those three bands. The few songs I knew of Cheap Trick that they did, I thought they did a really good job on.
Yes.
There's Spaceman right there.
Oh, there's
Space.
the whole, and if you get
the flaming guitar thing, yep.
You get a chance to see this gentleman, very talented, a very talented guy. But boy, when he looks and does the mannerisms, just like Ace, Gene and Paul, same thing. Their mannerisms and Peter Criss, all spot on. That's what
kind of blew me away too. It was all kind of spot on. Yep. A few crouch chats.
Interested in the crowd size? I guess there was maybe 150 people there, something to that effect.
Yeah. Off and on throughout the night. Yep. Kind of winded down towards the end of the night. They consider that hard midnight closing. So that's where, kind of, no offense to Gypsy Road, seemed like that last 15 minutes they're kind of pumping song after song to get them all in. There's some of them,
and each of the bands, had a set time limit, so they put their best songs forward. There was no instrumentals, like you said, and they moved them along pretty quick. They all used the same stage. They were able to get their equipment off, the new equipment on. The big Kiss sign in the back, the lighting part of that lighting rig, they just kept that up the entire time to turn the lights off. But they all did a good job getting their information, getting their equipment in and out of there. Now there's what you picked up there on your side, a drum cover.
Yep. That's properly displayed on the bar right now.
Here's a prop photo. Me and Ace out back when Gene was doing his fire breathing. I was able to grab a photo of Jimmy.
Top Jimmy, yeah. There's Dust and Bones.
Guns N' Roses, excellent. And look at this. So Slash really did well.
Yeah, he did a good job. They stated character. He had the little cigarette thing out of his mouth the whole time. I thought that was almost comical in a way, how that he had that cigarette out of his mouth. That was really cool. The guy who did Axl Rose did a really good job. Had the mannerisms down, so it was kind of cool. Had the white microphone that Axl's good for. So there's Izzy and Duff.
Yeah, Izzy and Duff.
I think they're trying with the Steven Adler genre for the drummer, but not sure.
I like the Gibson Les Paul.
Yep.
Folks are able to come up then onto the up to the dance floor area, and you're able to get real close up to these guys for some good photos of the group. There's no railing there, there's no guardrail. You're right up close and personal with these guys, and it just makes it a blast.
About a 5 foot up on the stage there, but that's what the difference. Yep. Yeah, that's Mrs. Starman there. That's Starchild.
Yes,
she was out there working the crowd, and
she did a lot of work organizing this as well, and she's part of the Kissin team group. Yep. But we're able to get a photo with her. And let me go back. I've got some other photos here at the end of my slideshow here.
Yes. We
There's a Paul with the fireman hat there, one of the
yes,
firehouse.
there we are outside beforehand with the band.
Proud moment. Met the group ahead of time there before they went on stage. While Cheap Tricks was playing, we were able to get a photo here with the group. Here's Cheap Tricks.
There's Cheap Tricks. Said again, good job by them in costume. I thought they sounded well. They got their little checkerboard stuff all over for the band, so that was pretty cool. And there's your album.
I got an album signed by the group. Here we go.
There's Cinderella. Yep.
Gypsy Road. Look, the Tom Kiefer look-alike there. Very good.
Yep.
Their guitarist on the far right there was really good also. This guy.
Yet,
I would like to see him again.
They did a great job. I'd pay to see them again. So I'd see more of us, see them with a little more time. So they really had to offer, but they were really impressive.
Yeah. And we were on the right side, so we really saw the guitarist go to town there too. Not taken away from the guys on the two on the left, but he really stole the spotlight there on the right.
The guy on the far left, he did a lot of the acoustic guitars for the ballads, and he was going back and forth, and that was a good job.
Tommy Kiefer.
Yep. Kind of had to look down a little bit there. Yep.
There he is.
That guy did a very excellent job.
This guy could he could
See, they look like rock and rollers, but you know, again, I was kind of spoiled by the first two bands, like I said, or three bands, everybody in costume. But maybe this is just the way how this band goes. I don't know.
And we had the Van Halen T-shirt there on the left.
Yes.
Very nice. Well played. There. Well played.
Yep. I thought they all did an awesome job. Again, hats off to the Music Cafe there for putting on a great concert. Staff there was good. Everybody, the crowd, everybody was like decent. Everybody, it was kind of a family reunion. There's our shirts. Got mine on still.
Oh yeah, so you've got yours. You're wearing it, yeah.
Haven't taken it off yet.
Exactly. They were going around selling some T-shirts and some things like that. They also, the Kissin Time band threw out some things for the fans. That's where we got our drum cover and the album that they signed.
Yep.
And they really did a good job promoting this. And what we want to hopefully do here with this is get a video like this out there and encourage more to come on out for the third annual, the fourth annual, and make this wouldn't this be great if this was an outdoor festival?
Yeah, or just if you can see any of these bands hitting this, maybe not all together, but any of these bands, I would recommend seeing them. And they all did a great job.
And like I said, too bad Red Hot Chili Peppers group couldn't make it due to the COVID, but I am sure they would also be a good group to see. I'm not a big fan, but I would still love to see them live in concert doing their stuff.
Right, exactly. Because again, I know a lot of the Chili Pepper songs, thanks to college, high school and college there, is when I got into them. So that one, 2-3 years, I was big on them. Anything else on outsides of that, either way, I might be a little lost. But I know enough. I think I'd have a good time at a concert.
Yeah, earlier this year we did see a Heart cover band already. They are phenomenal. But there's a lot of tribute bands out there. Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
Yeah,
is there a good Zeppelin band out there that does tribute?
I can't think of the name right now, but Jump. There's a Van Halen tribute band.
That I'd like to see that as well.
They're out there. There's a Megadeth one. There's a Legacy of the Loud just does all metal bands, kind of like Hairball. Only with Legacy of the Loud, they don't get in costume, which is fine. It's a couple different guys who switch off on singers. Fair warning if you see Legacy of the Loud, like when I've seen them once. One guy will come out, they'll pick one group like Whitesnake. So guys do like 2, 3, 4 Whitesnake songs. And he leaves and someone else comes out, there's another band, they'll do a handful of their songs.
Alice Cooper.
Yeah. So they'll when one guy's out, they'll stick with a certain band, they don't bounce back and forth, which is again, kind of like what Hairball does. They stick with one group for a while, which is fun.
Now, Andy, do you know if there's a Ted Nugent tribute?
No, I do not.
That
But
would be
a tough one to pull off, though.
a tough one to
God
pull
bless
off,
Uncle Ted, but I think there's going to be a lot about copyright.
I'd like to see Rat as well.
A Rat one would be fun. If anyone knows,
Bon Jovi.
there is a Bon Jovi one halfway there.
Okay.
I'd like to see them. Again, if you got a tribute band, shoot us a link to your stuff. We try to, if we follow you on Facebook, we try to push those dates out too. We'd love to come see you, promote your stuff, or let us know you're out there. If
And you know what? This was, for those interested, it was the admission $20. You get in, you get a wristband, stay for all the shows. Come if you want, come back.
Got there at 6, left at midnight.
It's not an afternoon thing. Yeah, it starts at 6. They have a restaurant, a grill there inside to order full menu as well. They have servers coming through to bring you your drinks or whatnot. It's a nice big place, outdoor, big patio. Smokers can take their smoke break out there. It's It was a fun.
You can still see the stage. If you go out on the patio, that door's open. That door's open on the patio. You can still got to see inside.
Yes.
So you're not lost.
So anyway, hats off to Music City,
Minnesota Music Cafe.
Minnesota Music Cafe. Great job, great venue. I think the voting is almost going to be done here, or maybe the voting ended yesterday.
I think it was yesterday, Saturday or Sunday.
So I think it was through the 18th. Today's the 19th. We should be getting the results out, but great venue. Good group. I can't say enough. I'm looking forward to do this next year. But yes, if you're a band or if you know of someone for recommendations, please leave a comment in the comment section. Shoot us a tweet, a direct message, or Facebook.
And when we say we want to come see you, we're not asking for free tickets. I'll pay my money to get in. We're okay with that. Connie says we have it in the budget, so we're okay.
We'll ask Connie.
Yeah, Connie and accounting says we have it in the budget, so
we'll ask the interns.
Yes.
All right, so we'll get this out there. Please share it with your friends and get it out there. We're hoping to get a big crowd here and make this a big event. This could be huge.
Yes.
All right, that's all I've got. Any more photos, anything to share, Andy?
No, just again, thank you to all 4 bands. It was a great time. We got to interact with a lot of them. So where we were sitting, we saw them coming in and out. They were all very friendly. A lot of these bands, hey, how's it going? And they're like, hi, and they blow you off. They'd stop and talk for a couple seconds. So that was nice.
The thing with the tribute bands that's nice in this, when they're not playing and when they're done with their set, they're still in costume. They'll stop by and talk. You can get pictures taken with them, chat with these guys. They're all just normal folks. It's a real hoot is what it is. It's a blast.
Well, and the one guy from the Cinderella band, it's like you see him on stage, like, wait, he was the guy sitting over there on beers with the other guy a while ago. Now he's on the stage, So they just hang out with you. They're just one of the guys. So, or gals like Mrs. Starchild or the gals. They just hang out with you. That's what makes it fun.
It's a fun environment. But that's all I've got for the show. Anything else?
No, not at all.
All right. Next week, we'll get back into our album reviews and we'll go from there.
All right. Take care.
Sounds good. Thanks. Have a good week, everyone.